Hey folks, my name is Mike. I'm 40 years old and I'm from the United States. So I've pretty much been overcoming adversity all my life. I was the only white kid in an all Puerto Rican neighborhood. I didn't have a father. My mother was very poor. Constantly got harassed, beat up. People stole stuff from me. Into my later teens, I was hanging out with the wrong crowds, breaking into cars and drug dealers, you name it. You name it, and I was around it. All right. So I realized one day that if I didn't get out, then I would either wind up in prison or dead. And so I made a decision to go into the U.S. Army. All right. So many years later, after being in the U.S. Army, I decided to try my hand at becoming a U.S. Army Green Beret. Okay. U.S. Army Special Forces is what they're really called. So I got it. I got my Green Beret, and I was insanely proud of myself. This little kid who used to get picked on from the slums is now one of the most elite soldiers in the U.S. military. Love my job. Everything about it, loved it. I would have gladly have done it for 30 years if I could have. Fortunately, things didn't go my way. Okay. After deployment to Afghanistan in 2013, I came back home and my body pretty much shut down on me. I was in tremendous pain. I was getting 1 to 2 hours of sleep at night. I decided to go see my doctor. After seeing my doctor, after running some tests, my doctor sat me down. He said, "Hey, Mike, you can't do your Green Beret stuff anymore." So it hit me. It hit me hard. Okay, just like that, everything I worked so hard for, the thing that I loved, was taken from me. Okay, so I couldn't do the job that I loved. I was in an insane amount of pain. I had no idea what the future held for me. So because of that, I went into deep depression. I took the pills that were prescribed to me for pain, and I started abusing them. I got to the point where I was unrecognizable. Okay, I had a girlfriend at the time, and unfortunately, she received the brunt end of all this. Okay, I was very mean to her. I was constantly yelling at her, just treating her like a total piece of garbage, stuff that she didn't deserve. I actually had a friend in the Army that I went to the Special Forces qualification course with. Well, he ended up killing himself. And I remember when I found out, thought to myself, wow, what a coward. How weak do you have to be to go out and kill yourself when you have daughters, when you have friends, when you have loved ones? How selfish. Well, I wasn't thinking like that anymore. Now, I saw where he was coming from. My mind was completely different. I was not the same guy. Okay, I didn't see an end to the pain. I didn't see an end to the anger. No idea what I was going to do with myself. So it's at that time that I was approached with an amazing opportunity. Somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, Mike, we're looking for wounded and disabled veterans that want to help save kids by stopping child pornography, by going after pedophiles." And I said, man, what a new direction. What a worthy cause. And so I took them up on that offer. So after about 2 years of doing this job, where I'm helping to save sexually exploited children and put away pedophiles, kind of started analyzing my life. I took a step back and I looked at all the negative things that have happened in my life. And I realized, if this negative thing didn't happen, it wouldn't have led to this positive thing. If this negative thing didn't happen, it wouldn't have led to all this. Okay? So that's when I realized, wow, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You may not know that at first. Okay? It might hit you like a ton of bricks. And man, when these negative things hit you, it hits you hard. It hits you hard. But as long as you lick your wounds, you get up, dust yourself off, and you keep moving forward, I realized it's going to work out. It's going to work out, because as hard as it hit me when I couldn't do my Green Beret stuff anymore, as hard as that was, as much as that changed me, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be in the position I am now. Okay? There's pedophiles in prison right now, rotting in prison deservedly because of the stuff that I've done. Okay? That wouldn't be there if that Green Beret stuff didn't happen. If I didn't get told you can't do your Green Beret stuff anymore. So I guess that's my message. All right? That's my message in all of this stuff. You guys might be faced with some terrible things, and I get it, man. I get it. Trust me. Bad things happen all the time. Okay, but you have to be able to get up, brush yourself off. If you create those bad things, own up to it. You know what? I messed up. That's all my fault. Can't look back in the past. I just have to keep moving forward. All right? So just keep moving forward. No matter how bad it gets. No matter how bad it gets. Just keep moving forward. Just keep that positive attitude. And eventually, everything is going to play out. Everything is going to work out. And you're going to look back at your life. You're going to look back at those negative moments. And you're going to think to yourself, wow, you know what? I'm glad I kept on moving. I'm glad I didn't let the demons in my head take over. Just keep on going. You got this.